Are we live? We're live. Welcome to Good Beer Live on a lovely Saturday night. It's warm here. Don't know how it is in your guys' area, but perfect for a few beers. So yeah, we're gonna crack into it tonight. We're gonna try a few different things tonight. Change the format up a little bit, not drastically. We're still reviewing beers because that's what we do on YouTube. But yeah, over the next few weeks, we're going to try a few new things out and see how we like them, see how they land. Nothing too weird, hopefully.
An old-fashioned cam show.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, if it comes to that, it comes to that. But we'll start off slow. But yeah, so I'm joined as ever by my lovely co-hosts. We've got Craig from Kent Beer Reviews.
Hello, gents. How you doing?
Yeah, all good. And we've got Rob from HopZine.
Hiya, how you doing?
And what you guys drinking? If you got anything on the go at the moment.
Well, I've got a can of Verdant and Boxcars, a Gong Bath with a Priestess, 5.3% American brown ale. I do like a brown ale. I like an American brown ale. I've got a fondness for Dogfish Head's Indian brown. I've got a real fond memory of it. This doesn't really hit those kind of like roasty heights, but it's definitely got a lovely kind of toffee, nutty thing going on alongside some lovely hops. I mean, I think it's part of Verdant. They've done a couple of beers called Wow Signal, where they've been playing around with a different yeast and some kind of more characterful malts. And I think they kind of went in a certain direction, and the logical progression was what ended up being this beer, as far as I know, anyway. So all good with me.
Cool.
Not enough brown ale.
Yeah, I haven't got nothing that's flash or anything like that. I've just got this. This is like a simple triple hopped pale ale from the Hop Foundry from Aldi. I think it's £1.29. It's okay. It's nothing like wow, like Verdant, but
I mean, is it worth £1.30?
Yeah, I mean, they're all right for barbecues and stuff. It's just something wet in it. Just
sleep down your neck.
Yeah,
that's it.
Piss it out end of the day. That's what it is, isn't it, really?
You know what I mean? When you're not in that kind of mood to think about beers, just and having a barbecue, just that'll do.
Fucking stab it and shotgun it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, key it. Yeah.
So is that the Kentish version?
I've never
Well,
see
Kick a
it.
key through a bottle. Broken glass.
If you're lucky. But yeah, no, it's okay. It's just to start off with.
It's a step up from a generic French lager in a little stubby, isn't it, I guess?
Yeah,
That's
it's got a
the
bit more
average kind of like,
character to it.
fodder, isn't it? The barbecue fodder of years gone by.
Yeah, I missed those. I need to get like a 10-pack of Brasserie or whatever it was from Aldi.
Do you know what? I mean, Craig's either become very still or his computer's crashed.
Yeah, his trial of a new computer, which I think has got a few technical problems, but we'll carry on. He'll come back.
You know, that's one thing I was thinking recently. I'm like, what could we do those beers and get like a full pack of generic European lager?
Yeah.
Get 3 different types and drink them all.
Yeah,
that goes. It's really weak, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really low ABV stuff.
Yeah, it's like 12 can spectacular.
Bosh. Cooler at side of us.
Yeah.
Bosh.
What were all those? Like I remember Saint Etienne.
Yeah, that was the one that I remember.
Yeah, and Brasserie was the one from Aldi. But I'll tell you what isn't worth it in my humble opinion is this monstrosity from Waitrose pineapple milkshake IPA, and it tastes like gone off yogurt. So I suppose they were aiming in the right direction, but I think they missed it slightly. But I'm gonna have another pour.
Is it heading in a little bit too far in the vomit direction?
Yeah, it's got that. Yeah, it is that. After you're finished vomiting, it's the flavour that's like left in your mouth. But
butyric acid.
Yeah, I would not recommend that one.
An old brewer once told me Well, he's actually quite young. It was Jack. It was Jack. Jack Walker. Always said butyric acid. He knows better than me.
Yeah,
I'll defer.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I'll be going back to that one every time I forget what's in there.
Self-flagellation.
Yeah.
Just making sure. For a second, I was thinking, did I say the right word then? It's like when you whip yourself. You're bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the right word, isn't it? I think you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the internet. It's full of misinformation at every corner. We're just adding to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Craig's still not back.
Craig's still not back, and no word from him. So
I think he'd be shot.
Yeah. Oh god, someone's
By the
assassinated
Kentish
Craig.
sniper.
Yeah. I've just checked to see if he's sent a message, and he hasn't. So I think
it's clearly his computer's died.
Dead. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he'll be freaking out in the usual way that Craig freaks out about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
punching things.
So should we? So what should we do? What should we do now? Is we said about format change? No, Craig's took the format right out the window. Do we open the beer?
I was going to say, well, I'd have asked everybody what your beery kind of like outings have been recently. Myself, it's been absolutely fuck all.
Yeah, I had a beer tasting. Well, I do a thing every month called Secret Beer Club, in where I live. And we had Solvay Society this weekend. I hadn't had anything from them. I've had some of their like core range stuff, but they brought all sort of like they brought one core range, and the other 5 beers were all like sort of their special releases, as it were. But they were like ridiculously good, and the brewer, a guy called Roman, is like just an absolute geek. He is one of those people that sort of like he was. Like sort of describing like autolysis, but actually like sort of making you understand it. Like he just knew this sort of the ins and outs of everything really. It was quite enlightening, and the beers were damn good. All sort of Belgian inspired, but he's born in Brussels.
Okay.
And then lived in England for like 12 years now or something like that. And so all Belgian inspired stuff, all sort of variations of saison, and is very into like sort of sticking loads in different barrels and then blending to get his desired beer sort of thing.
Yeah, I remember there'd been a bit of a buzz about him a couple of years ago. Didn't Craft Beer Channel do a beer with him?
Yeah, I remember like a year or so ago they did a video, I think, because they're like London based, but it's like out of London, so it's like on like a farm or something. But I think they've got a tap room, which actually unfortunately got broken into this week. But yeah, I can't remember we said where the tap room was now. I don't think it's connected to the brewery.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a damn good tap room as well. So maybe one on the list next time we're London bound.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I've not really done a hell of a lot. I'll go up to my local on a Thursday night. But yeah, and on Thursday we did had a little can share. 3 of us had gone freeways on a couple of a bunch of Brilliant cans. So that was fun.
Oh, cool.
So short reviews of most of them. I think we had five beers. We all chipped in a bit towards. I'm not going to say how much it is. Not a bad deal, really. I mean, and I don't think anything kind of. I'd say the one beer that really stood out was their. I think it's called Triple Seesaw, which is a raspberry goes.
Okay.
It was so intensely but beautifully raspberry centric. It was pretty powerful. But that first mouthfeel, they were like, oh,
yeah.
You know, your taste buds kind of like bouncing around a bit. It's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this, and that really left an impression. What else? We had a kind of double dry hop version of Fort Point, which is one of their sorry, Snopes, I got a message from Craig. And that was, I mean, it's solid. It's one of their like core range as much as they can do of core range. A collab double IPA with a brewery from California that I've never heard of called Three Chiefs.
Okay.
Never heard of. But that was brewed using rice and palm sugar.
Okay.
Quite nice.
Yeah.
were all a little bit past the best, especially the kind of biggest one, which was the triple IPA, with Pinot Gris juice. I guess it's what you make a Pinot Grigio out of.
Yeah.
Get me on the Gris. I'm on the Gris. And but you could tell that was a little just past its best a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a bit of a that sweetness start coming through, and a kind of one of the American stouts called, which I've done on as a mystery beer. I had a chocolate variant, but that was just a straight up one. It's called PM Dawn.
Yeah.
Which is damn good. My kind of stout. I mean, chocolate coffee caramel.
Yeah, all day long.
Yeah, all day long. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. But then at the end of it, because he just put it on a keg of Glass House, and I had half of that after we finished all the kind of like the Trillium hype. We were like, oh, yeah. Oh, give me that. I'll pour it in the bath. I'll jump in. Yeah, it was. I think Glass House are great at those kind of characterful, flavorful, kind of low ABV pails.
Yeah. Craig's back.
He's back.
It worked.
Yeah.
It's working. I mean, I could hear you. My pitch was fine. It's like, what? I don't get that. I knew that would happen as soon as I go live.
It was going too well, wasn't it?
Too well. So shall we open a beer before that goes wrong then?
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished the first beer without you, Craig. So we're moving on to the second beer now.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just a joke. We wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that to you. I couldn't.
So as this was, so on the next 3 shows, we're going to be doing 2 beers instead of 3 beers, and we've all selected 2 beers out of the 6 that we're going to be featured, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's no real theme. It was just what we fancied, what we fancied at the time. But who picked the first one? I think Craig picked this one, didn't he?
Great. Yeah.
So this one is from PressureDrop. It is their Pam, which is a seasonal sour with rhubarb and red currant, coming in at 3.8%. Nice artwork there.
Yeah.
Sort of like Russian cartoon sort of vibe about it.
Yes. Probably a good one for these conditions. I mean, it's not that cracking up here, but there's a bit of humidity that's still knocking around.
Mm-hmm.
I shared a sour earlier from Brick, not to promote another London-based brewery making sours, but it was their stone fruit and Amarillo sour, and that was just perfect. I mean, it's a bit warm, nice and crisp, and with a bit of bite.
Yeah.
Going to a tap takeover for them next Friday. They're in town, so it's going to be all sour.
Yeah, absolutely.
All sours as well, and I think they're launching one of their beers that day as well.
Oh, cool!
A new sour. So yeah,
take a Rennie with you.
Yeah, indeed. Wow,
That's almost
really hazy.
It's almost got like a rosé vibe about it.
Yeah, it's got a kind of like, I know what you mean. Maybe
definitely a raised
still.
Light.
Yeah.
Virtually no carbonation. Oh, there's a little bit. I'm seeing a little dancing, but I mean, not much.
It's still Pam.
with a slightly pinkish hue to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's strange. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just I expect it now, but I just expect more haze.
The colour of peach skin, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Nice carbonation.
Maybe apricot.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's almost like rose flower or something.
Yes, good show. I was going to say heavily diluted orange squash.
Yeah.
Which you put in a glass that had red wine in the previous night.
If you fancy. If not, just have it. Should we go for a sniff?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go for it.
Ooh, lovely.
Oh, wow. That's sherbety.
Yeah, sherbet dab.
And Jake, you'll be well positioned to tell me if I'm right on this facing note. Has it got a bit of baby food going on there?
All baby food has a tinge of sourness to it, no matter what it is. It could be like beef.
You know, but those kind of more fruity, kind of like pureed baby foods.
Yeah, definitely.
in a nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby food can be quite tasty, especially when you're forced to like try every single one.
For safety purposes, in case it's been poisoned by a international militia.
Yeah.
Definitely getting it's the hint of that rhubarb. But
Absolutely. I'd not even thought of rhubarb, even though it's got rhubarb in it. Yeah, definitely rhubarb. We bought a load of rhubarb today as well.
yeah, it's not strong.
I'll go and dip a stick in it. See if it kills me.
It's not strong. It's just kind of like on the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's quite lively though, isn't it? It has got like a very pointed, sharp smell to it.
Yeah.
For me, like there is something sort of a bit grapey in there, but I don't know if that's the red currant, and I'm not too familiar with red currants. I don't think I've like eaten that many red currants.
I mean, I was expecting it to be a bit darker, to say.
And there is I guess rhubarb doesn't impart much colour. Also, it says there's an addition of lemon verbena as well, which is a herb.
Lighter, light. Shall we go in?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, lovely.
Light, nice and light.
Because it's almost like a palate cleanser, isn't it? It's almost like it's
really nice.
got like a sorbet vibe about it.
Big time.
That's good. That's pleasant.
Yeah, it doesn't bring on the instant kind of like acid reflux.
No.
That's light, fluffy, with that there's a little sharp back end thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
I like fluffy. Definitely fluffy.
Fluffy,
in a nice way, not in a like a dismissive way.
It's a good if you're new to sours, I'd say it's a good introductory beer. It's not,
absolutely.
It's not crazy sour, is it? It's
it's not a face puckering sort of thing like some of these beers. But if you're new to the style, not a bad one to gun for, I'd say.
On the can they say sherbet, tang, and fizz. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're pretty close on that.
Yeah, it's almost like the carbonation ramps up when you sip it. It's like pretty still in the glass, and then it sort of fills your mouth up.
Sherbety, yeah, that's nice. Excuse me.
The aftertaste, it does remind me of like we've got like, well, I say we. My wife's got like lemon verbena, like bath stuff, and I obviously splash a bit on every now and again, and sort of like it's like when you breathe it in, it's sort of that's the aftertaste that's like leaving with me.
I don't think I've got much in the way of experience with lemon verbena.
No, well, it's only in like toiletries and candles.
Right.
That's
I've had it in a beer before. I've had it in a couple of beers.
Yeah.
I think I know what it looks like, but maybe sometimes I get confused with lemon thyme. But I mean, it is a very lemon kind of forward kind of herb, which with a slightly kind of menthol quality as well. I remember years ago, first time I had it was a beer that Stone made, an IPA.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's very pleasant. Yeah, when I think of rhubarb and drinks like this, I mean, there's a soft drink in a can for middle class people called, is it Crawshaws? You get it in Waitrose and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Yeah.
They do an elderflower. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
White can with kind of like the design in the colour that relates to the flavour.
Yeah.
They do like an apple one, they do a rhubarb one, and then they do like an elderflower. It reminds me it's got a lot of commonalities with that in its rhubarb delivery system.
Superb.
Rhubarb delivery system. Yeah, no, it's much better than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting something a bit rough, a bit kind of like, I'm a good barometer for am I going to have a dodgy stomach in the morning. Instant acid reflux if it's too kind of lactic, too much lactic sour.
Nah, 3.8. It's not going to be harsh.
Well, that's what they're saying. I guess that's what they're saying on the can. It's like fresh and lightly chilled. tantalisingly tangy Berliner Weiss style, added fruit. The blush pink sherbety sharpness is a springtime sensation.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree mostly with that. Maybe not a sensation, but the clueless drinker says, "Evening, guys."
Hello.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
And
so here's the untapped. Thingy. Oh, sorry. Let you do comments.
Oh no, that's right. I just saw one from Peter. So just we'll do the old untapped. Let's see some good photos.
Show
that's
us your untapped.
Yeah. There you
go.
Show us Pam's untapped.
I don't know what this is about. It's massive gap there. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, it's not had a load. I mean, it's been around since say the 29th of March of this year.
Okay.
So it's just over 500 total check-ins. It's had a lot in the last 30 days, and then 448 ratings, coming at 3.48. So what's that? Nearly a 7 out of 10, if you like.
Yeah.
I think I'd say that's about right for these sort of beers.
Yeah,
exactly. The style often doesn't garner massive ratings, does it? Just because of what it is.
But no, I mean, and then it goes into the same commercial descriptions on the can. So let's go down, see what other people think about it. Nothing there.
Come on, Joji, try a bit harder.
Someone got it from Honest Brew, so
good. Well done.
So did we. More about that later.
Yeah.
Oh look, Hop's where I live. Hopsters.
All right, is it?
Yes, it's a local bottle shop to me.
Ah, cool.
DDD.
Don't know where that is. Somewhere. What's that?
Letzigren Stadium. Well, that's
Zurich.
I want to go to that. I want to go to that stadium if they're serving beers like
that. Zurich. There you go. So Pam's getting around a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This needs to refresh again. No, it don't. Here we go.
We've actually got a rating. I think that's the first actual rating.
And they enjoyed it. Maybe their team won.
2 hours ago. Yeah, people are giving it. There's another 4 out of 5 there. There's not much going on now.
But it's exactly if people are checking in today, especially in the UK, it's quite a warm day.
Yeah,
it's good beer for it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Well, see,
train beer.
That's the thing with sort of like rating sites, isn't it? For me, like a lot of the time, like beer is about the whole experience. You can't always be objective. If you're having a great time, you're probably going to enjoy a beer more than if you're sitting at home, sort of picking it apart.
That's an interesting point. That I think there's a couple of ways around it. I think you can potentially enjoy something in a way that a simple beer can be really easily enjoyed whilst you're having a really fun time or something like that. And I think that's when you'd probably end up downing pints of something pretty standard, but what might be a really good nick, like you're in a pub, whatever cask ale is on cracking form, away you go.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think we've been guilty of this ourselves in kind of like social situations. I think you can overlook great stuff as well because it's not about kind of fine appreciation and kind of nailing down stuff. It's not about that. And I think you can have moments. I think you can have that kind of first kind of like, oh fucking hell, that's really good. That kind of that joint, that kind of that shared moment of like, oh mate, this is fantastic. I mean, I think you can do that, but I think you can also just end up with guzzling kind of incredible beer we've not really given it too much thought as well in that
Yeah.
situation.
Well, that sort of makes me think of when we were in London that time, and we went to the was it called the Cock Tavern?
Yeah,
and we had Dare on cask, and it was had a sip of it, and it's like, well, we need to do a video. We need to because it was just crazily like a crazily good beer, like on cask as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That was good.
But then there's other times when you drink a load of hype juice in a hotel room and you don't give it a second glance.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so swings and roundabouts.
So wasted, isn't it? Sometimes it's like, but yeah, I mean, it's even like getting back to saying overlooked stuff. I mean, a lot of brewers, they drink lager, so they just obviously it's hot. They just need something bang, That's it.
Yeah, some brewers that I know they say they do that because they can really appreciate a well-made lager.
Yeah,
I still think it's posturing.
Yeah, that's
Why the fuck are you making kind of like ridiculously hoppy beers if you don't actually enjoy them? I think it's posturing.
Yeah, maybe.
It's not just brewers who do it. It's fucking knobheads on the internet as well. Not us.
But then,
it's like people who get sniffy about last series of Game of Thrones. Just enjoy it for what it is. Stop thinking. Stop feel like you've got to have a superior opinion in order to be valid, to be kind of respected by your peers. Just fucking enjoy it for what it is. If you enjoy it, great. If you don't, fair enough. But don't overcomplicate it and look down on people who are enjoying it for what it is.
Exactly. If you like it, great. I mean, it's not my thing, but I'm glad it's finished, to be honest with you. But there you go, because everyone will stop talking about it.
Was that lager or Game of Thrones?
Yeah, exactly. That's my sentiments about fucking lager.
That's definitely Game of Thrones. I mean, lager. I mean, a lot of people who brew the lagers, they like craft beer anyway, so it works the other way.
Yeah, I did Don Zoco the other day. Don Zoco Northern Hellas, and I was like, it's all right. And then I thought, well, it's not as good as an Augustina. And I can't understand why people are getting so aroused by all this. But then at the same time, I prefer to see a locally brewed or especially British brewed beer on in bars and supporting that brewery in their endeavours, opposed to shipping over kind of like even good German stuff. Why shouldn't we be pouring British? Not that I'm trying not to come off Mr. Fucking Brexit right now, but I think it's just if we're making great lager in this country, we'll celebrate it.
Yeah,
even though it's not as good as the actual good German.
Exactly.
Better to be in the pockets of a fucking bunch of fellas in Hartlepool opposed to a conglomerate in some far-flung country.
Well, you mentioned Augustina, so Peter has obviously chipped in. Nothing beats Augustina is his comment. And Jenkins says greetings. Greetings. Jenkins.
Yes.
But I drink more lager now than I ever used to, probably.
Really? Any in particular?
Well, I do like Aldi Rheinbacher, but I don't post it on Instagram, so I'm not in the cool club. But no, yeah,
it's a really cool club.
But it seems to be cool to sort of post that you're drinking it. But I just think it's one of those things that's like ridiculously cheap, and it is like I think it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's a good bit.
Well, that's the thing is like lager seems to be like my fridge filler. And then I sort of supplement it with hoppy and sour stuff. But it's because I can appreciate it though. I can appreciate the nuances of good. Yeah.
As my fridge still has been dire. Better than all you fucking know. But
if you like whatever you like, just enjoy it and that's it. I think beer gets too it shouldn't. It's overcomplicated. Personally, I think it is.
Well, it's like anything.
It's just
there's a lot of politics
Yeah,
and
it's
all that sort of stuff, and
yeah, but there's enough of that in life. So just have a beer and
Shut the fuck
relax and enjoy it.
up.
Basically, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But that's just me. I don't know. I just can't.
Hey, it's been a long time since we had one of them.
Yeah. So that's what I think. Beer. It's just you've earned it. Enjoy it and relax.
Shut the fuck up.
as a wise beer reviewer once said, life's too short. Drink
Amazing beers.
Yeah.
Drink mediocre supermarket lager.
Yeah. £2.29 for 4. You can't beat that.
You can't. No, you can't. Actually, you can't. It's make it cold enough.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you're coming home from work and you just see it glowing in the fridge.
Oh.
just anything. It's a decent beer as well, so it's all good.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, we went on a tangent there.
Yeah.
Started off talking about ratings, then moved on to
Lager.
lager.
Inevitable. Come back to lager.
And the
all roads lead to lager.
The Clueless Drinker says Cloudwater are producing some stellar lagers.
Oh!
Stellar. I don't get it. Good.
See, that would be so fucking Cloudwater, wouldn't it? They're gonna brew their version of Stella.
Well, you know when they did that that light lager. At first, because that was the first can of that sort of like new design that I saw with that sort of like bolder font, and I thought they were just doing a piss take of Bud Light because it was like a blue can with that like blocky font, and I was like, oh, they're just taking the piss out of Bud Light, and there's like, oh no, with other cans like that as well.
So shall we should we get this one cracked open?
Yeah.
So I'll introduce it. This was one of my picks. So this is a paper rock from Siren. It's a double IPA hopped with Amarillo, Denali, Mandarina, and Citra. And there's the little fellas tucked around down there, which I didn't notice until I saw it on Instagram yesterday. It was a collaboration with Nova Monk, 8.5% ABV, a bottle. What's this?
A bottle.
Weird thing. Even Rhinebacker comes in a fucking can.
Oh, it comes in a bottle as well, so you got.
I know. To ruin it.
It's a funny place to put like your collaborators' logo, isn't it? Everyone sort of does it front and center, where they've gone a little bit more sort of off to the side of it.
Yeah, I've got a multitude of issues with Siren's labels, but
yeah.
Wait until I really like Siren, and they're one of those breweries that I think get overlooked far too often.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I love Siren. I love Siren. I do. I think great.
We're looking forward to the cans, which is imminent, really. I think.
Yeah. I know they've been talking them up like 6 months or so. There's been little bits here and there on social media, but yeah.
So beer in the glass.
Yep. So it's on the Haze for Days side of things.
You're going Haze for Days, okay.
Yeah, I don't. It's not quite unclear for years, is it? So
it's a little bit darker.
I think it's bottom end of Murky for Months. Bottom end.
Yeah, it's murky, but it's quite dark. It's quite dark.
Looks like kind of like slightly diluted fresh orange juice. In front of my camera, it looks really kind of orange. Have you getting a bit more kind of like a brassy kind of edge to it?
Yeah, I'm getting a darker orange kind of.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, sort of a dark orange, but it's
you get a bit of an agitation that kind of kicks up a nice little fizz of a head as well.
Mm-hmm.
So. I'm getting wafts of aroma.
Yeah.
I know it is.
I'm trying not to.
Let's dive in.
It's there.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Oh,
hello.
Hello.
It's not up there like I was expecting it to be honest.
I think it's quite nice.
It's got a nice sort of like herbal, savoury bite to it for me.
Savoury,
for me, I'm getting kind of papaya and kind of peach.
Yeah, peach.
Big papaya for me.
slightly perfumey almost.
Yeah.
Yes. I guess that's what you were saying as well, Jake.
Yeah, it's almost like a pink peppercorn.
Ooh,
Chuck
I
out
like
a
it.
Ponzi one.
Go for it. Yeah, there is a back end of Parma Violet, but in a nice way, because I fucking hate Parma Violet. But I kind of appreciate where it comes from. I often say it's kind of wildflower in that sense.
Yeah.
Bit of a little bit apricot type.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But none of those kind of grapey mango
No.
and kind of melony kind of things
No,
that you
yeah, none
often
of that
expect
watermelon
from this
stuff on there.
thing. Yeah, it smells nice.
Fleshy blood orange.
Do you know what? It actually has got blood orange going on.
Yes. I wasn't like we normally do. But...
Taking it.
Well, you were, but it was also true. So it's a weird.
Exactly.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yep.
I can't wait for this one. That smells great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sweet. Oh. Wow. What's the ABV?
8.5.
8.5. I think you get the 8.5. I think you know it's a biggish beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's got a bit of malt heft to it.
To go say is it's got
The
the
malt
malt going on that gives it that. Exactly. Just read my mind.
Reminds me a little bit of if you've had an orange lolly. What the stick tastes like if you've had an orange lolly, you're sucking on the stick.
Yeah.
I said stick.
It's got almost like
Stick.
It's got almost like a sweet fruit pastel-y thing going on with it.
Yep.
Really
nice.
you're picking up a bit of bitterness on the back end now.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of everything, hasn't it? It's not a ultra hazy, juicy, crazy beer. It's well rounded. It has got that malt to back it up. It's got that slight bit of bitterness. It's not crazy bitter, but just that slight bit. It's sort of like what you want every double IPA to be.
It's got there's a memory in there of those kind of big double IPAs of the past, like hardcore IPA. There's a little bit of that, especially at the back end for me. A lot. I don't know what hops. Oh, so hops. A lot of banana, mandarina. I just said at the back end, I was picking up something what I'd expect from Simcoe. That's towards the end of the flavour, which is it becomes quite intensely berry forward and a bit of dankness. And I mean, that does remind me of those kind of old ones. And at the moment, I'm quite constantly looking for these moments where we get an indication of where we will go in the future. I think this is kind of
it's that middle ground.
Could be
between IPA styles, isn't it?
I was going to say it's almost like a hybrid of the two kind of styles. It's got that bitterness on the back end of the West Coast, and then that at the front first you've got that kind of almost like New England style, but it's a little bit too. It's not as soft though. No. It's more harsher.
It's like that sort of New England style take. So like hardcore as an example, quite a harsh bitter beer on the back end, whereas that sort of New England influence knocks out that sort of harshness. So you're left with the good things about that style, and then the good things about New England IPA without the drawbacks, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Midwest style, if you like.
Meet in the middle.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it's, a lot of kind of bigger West Coast IPAs, I think traditionally would have, and it's not a great example. I had a Maximus from Lagunitas today, and it tasted old as fuck, but it did remind me in certain ways that those bigger beers from California, kind of 8.5 to like towards 10, they do have a bit of kind of sugar syrup going on. And I think in the beer that I had today, I can still see the good in it, despite that the kind of it was on the turn. And I think this is a good example of that kind of. It's got I think what sums it up is the flavour of the juice that you get in tinned fruit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's sugary. It's that sugary syrup.
Sugary syrup. It's definitely got that concentrated kind of edge almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, not candied sugar, but it's hard. That hard sugar. It's more of a liquid form almost. Something like that.
Yeah, palm sugar and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, but yeah, it's not in the kind of like this beer's getting old way. It's just it just fills out the middle, and I think that's really nice. I think I really like that.
I've not had a beer like this for quite a while. It's quite a nice treat. I think it's like any kind of style of beer. It's like keep drinking it. It's like. And then you leave it alone for a while. And you come back, give your taste buds a break, and come back, bang! It's like, which you don't get if you drink them all the time. You know?
Well, I think it's the way the sort of craft beer world works, where everyone tries to hit that extreme. So back in the day, it was like that IBU race, most bitter beer, and then it was back down to who can get to like 0 IBU, and then it's like net balances out again, and then a couple of years it will go to some other extreme. That they can take it to, and then it like levels out again. So it's just a whole cyclical thing, but the goalpost changes.
Yeah, it's like low ABV beers with full flavour, the table beer kind of craze that kicked off, and I still love. I mean, that for this time of year, I still, depending on the situation, I do like having a few of those sort of things, especially Kern or whatever. Who doesn't? As you said the other day, funny enough. But it's just. It's really good, isn't it? It's good.
Yeah. No, I mean, as someone who drinks a lot of fucking trendy IPA, I really like that it's not like them all. Because I do get a little bit kind of my heart sinks a little bit when it's like, oh fuck it, it's another of these melon forward, overtly sweet fudgy IPAs, and it's another £7, which I don't enjoy all that much.
That happens when you get spoiled, though. It's just there's so much good beer out there. You just get to a point where it's becoming normal.
But then it is as much about where is is everybody fucking copying the popular kids? I mean, who's perceived as being the best and the most successful? Everybody else tries to copy them and doesn't try and kind of find their own kind of like groove.
Yeah.
So you think, well, okay, yeah, it is a decent New England style IPA, but Cloudwater, Verdant, Northern Monk, whoever do it better. So it's like, well, why do you feel the need to do it and not do quite as good a job of it? And even within that kind of like that top tier, you think, why are you just doing the same thing over and over again?
Yeah, and
they're doing it as well.
And they don't always hit, do they? That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like Verdant used to be their track record was good, but like they don't always hit where they want to hit every time. I don't think.
Maybe they do, but maybe I'm just getting a bit like. But maybe that's it. It becomes slightly tiresome when you put a record on and every song it ends up being pretty fucking similar to the last one.
Well, that's like the top 40 nowadays.
Now you're sounding old.
but I suppose it is. I mean, when you see Adnams have a New England IPA, and then like Black Sheep have this pineapple milkshake monstrosity. And all that sort of thing. It's just where it goes, isn't it? It's what sells, and so everyone thinks they have to jump on the bandwagons. And I suppose when it's your business, you sort of go, well, we could probably sell a shitload of that just by the name, like New England IPA or whatever. So
yeah. I mean, I can't remember what it was on. It might have been on their Instagram TV. Johnny and Brad fucking sunning it up in Florida in the biggest piss take of a Patreon scheme ever. Come on, lads. Come on now. Have some fucking respect. But one thing Johnny did mention, I only kind of rolled my eyes at the time, was about he was kind of waxing lyrical about IPA, and he said, and he mentioned kind of British IPA, and we're like, well, if anybody actually brewed one anymore, which I was a bit like, yeah, fuck off. But at the same time, I was thinking, yeah, there's space for it. definitely space for it. Everybody always used to rave about Remington White Shield, and it is what it is. And I think there's definitely space for it.
Yeah, well, you see, like the resurgence of the mild or whatever that was seen in the last couple of months. Well, I said we've seen it's what people on Twitter seem to be talking about. But
oh, really?
Well, yeah, it's
I
like
don't
everyone's
take
after a bit of mild.
attention.
Everyone's after a bit of mild.
Well, which is Camera's mild campaign? Is it Mild May or Mild March? I can't remember.
I can't remember actually. Did they?
Maybe
I don't think they did it this year.
I didn't know they used to do for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it actually.
But Cloudwater had that one, didn't they? It's
yeah.
been knocking around maple and something mild,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds all right. Which is a collab with JW Lee's.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm all in favour of a bit of mild. I had a cracker after Hop City. We went to a local pub, had a dark mild from Acorn, from brewery in Barnsley. Cracking.
Nice. Nice.
It's good. It's good.
What they saying on Untapped, Craig?
Ooh.
So it's quite a lot of total check-ins. 2,847 total. 431 in the last 30 days. 2,393 ratings coming out 4.14. Wow. There you go.
Good score.
That's a really good score, isn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, collaboration with Northern Monk, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what it says on the back of the bottle as for the commercial description. So yeah, that's huge, isn't it? It's been around since the 12th of December of 2018.
So this must have been a rebrew then.
Oh, well, look. I don't know. To be honest, it's a collaboration, isn't it? So
yeah. When did it come out? Did you say? Sorry, my mind drifted for a second. Last year. This isn't the bottle from last year.
No.
Because I said they were on Twitter about it yesterday.
Oh, right.
Of Darren and Brian. Two fucking top head brewers don't do any brewing.
It's got a best. My bottle's got
both lovely chaps.
Best before the 16th of October 2019 on the back. It's quite a long shelf life.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a second brew of it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have thought so.
Let's see what the people say. What they let's see some good photos.
Just out of focus.
4%. I mean, 4 out of 5. I'd have given it more if it was in focus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the pub clip wasn't hazy, I would have give it more.
Yeah, just below 4. No score.
Maurice.
Just below 4.
And then you win. That is Walton.
What? Yeah, Yam Y, not overly hoppy. It depends what your definition of hoppy is, I suppose.
I would imagine he's got an old beer then.
Purchased at Beer Traders. How do I dislike? How much do I dislike that?
Yeah.
Do I not like that?
Below 4. That's in Budapest Beer Week. 3 hours ago.
Cool.
Taste it. Yeah.
Don't count.
On cask. That's got to be wrong, isn't it?
They might have done it on cask.
Yeah,
they still well. I mean, I've got a bottle of Broken Dream here that I'm going to crack into later.
Of course.
Cask.
I always forget. But a lot of people do get mixed up between cask and draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. There might be a few casks knocking about. I mean, that probably was a keg beer, but
yeah. Like fucking Northern Monk, North Brewing had a cask of other half collab knocking around at Bundown.
Oh really?
They do like single casks for Bundabus of like their big releases and stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think fuck that shit. I'm not on a double IPA on cask. Get out of town. Okay.
First 5.
That's for all the posers.
Yeah.
Well, this guy likes it. There's a 5 there. It's the first 5 I've seen 4 hours ago.
Clearly,
4.
Budapest Beer Week is going down well.
Budapest Beer Week.
Yeah.
if Siren want to pay me to go to Budapest Beer Week next year, I'm happy. I am fully available. Oh, yeah.
We're
I'll
hungry for it.
beers. Oh, fucking hell, that one, Craig. He's kicking himself.
That's just me, though. Craig gone. Oh.
Still there.
No, it's gone again.
It's all the malware on Craig's
exactly, yeah.
Instructing.
Close the browsers down, Craig. Don't keep them running.
All those pop-ups.
Well, that was untapped anyway.
But yeah. No, it's fantastic. It's nearly all gone. Look, that's how much is left. It's supremely drinkable.
I tried to be quite reserved on it, but I've got about that much left in the bottle.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be reserved on it.
No. I've got that pineapple IPA to finish first. I want to get into that and then finish on that.
Have you not got anything else, even any Rhineys?
No, I haven't. I picked up this, which I might crack into later because this was on the shelf in the supermarket.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
No, I hadn't seen it. Yeah, I hadn't seen it in years. I mean, it only appeared the other week. The other day. It was the first time I've seen it. Yeah, it's one of those ones that it's like Gamma Ray. It's like Punk IPA. That was around.
They'd love it to be that. Roosters have just opened a bar actually in Harrogate. I love Harrogate's becoming a lovely little kind of like beer destination. Well, Roosters Brewery he's kind of on Knaresborough, which is like the next step on the train journey. But Harrogate, I mean, it is posh. It is so fucking middle class. Actually, it's upper middle class. Is Harrogate. Posh as fuck. The amount of kind of posh cars you see bobbing around there, it's ridiculous. But there's some good beer places now. I mean, for such a small kind of like town full of old folk, there's Harrogate Tap, same as like Guys Down Euston, which is much better than Euston Tap, by the way. Roosters have just opened a bar. There's a great place called Mensch Tom's Social, which is great sourdough pizzas and stuff. Decent. Actually, lad who was running that, who I met when he was working at Brewdog in Leeds, he's the guy who's managing the Roosters bar. Where else is there's a bunch of places. Little ale house, little beer house thing it's called, stuff like that. Great little micro bar. So you can have a cracking Harrogate.
Oh, right.
You can have a really good day. You can have a really good day out in Harrogate. I mean, there's got some nice butchers where you can get a nice Scotch egg and stuff. It's a North Bar. I've got a place there out there as well. So yeah, it's good times. Me and Stuart have done it a bunch of times. Dating Harrogate with a ginge.
Load of pork pies.
We got it right. You should have seen the amount he took back. Pastry for days.
I just had a quick look to see what, like, the last sort of 4 weeks, some of my kind of favourite beers. Actually, the top two were one of the last shows we've done.
Oh right.
The two Polish stouts.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
See, this is one thing one of our new items.
Yeah.
It's going to be kind of like beer of the month. And yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because it's a new thing what we're going to try and do, and it's like how you kind of retain that information. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I put a very small percentage of my drinking on Untapped these days, but I don't know. As a Twitcher, I'm sure Craig likes a method of cataloguing. So, but I don't have that kind of like that information to draw on really. But sorry, Craig. What were you saying? So you like one of them was cracking, the other one was a bit.
The I think it was the first one we had. It was the Tonka vanilla chocolate. Yeah. The belted pour was like, oh, that was so good. Yeah. And then on from that, I've had the pink grapefruit Halcyon, the one you get in the supermarkets. One was really good.
It's really tasty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
I
like,
had that this month as well, actually, funny enough.
just really good for the price and everything else. It's like, come on. Especially get weather like this, it's like, just buy 3 or 4 cans.
Yeah.
I'd rather drink that at a barbecue, of course. But yeah, just going.
Oh yeah,
Just going through it.
That's a cracking barbecue beer. I mean, if you want to go crack, that's your barbecue beer.
Yeah. Another one I had recently had Jazz Police from 1 Mile End. Really damn good.
Jazz
Really good.
Police.
Jazz Police double dry hopped IPA. Yeah, really good. 6.3. Really nice. So yeah, if you're down south, I don't know how far their beers go kind of north. I don't know if you get them up there, Rob, do you? Or you probably do, because you have everything else. But but they have. If you see that around, I'd pick that up. Pretty nice.
Jazz Police, did you say?
Jazz Police, yeah.
Jazz Police. Oh, Maryland. Okay. See, I'm going on Craig on your ass. I'm gonna screen share.
Okay.
See if it crashes your computer.
Can you see it? You see it there? See a bit of Jazz Police?
No.
It's not, doesn't it?
The first one went really well. The second one, it
Here
seems
we
to.
go.
But again,
now we can see it.
Oh no,
There we
that's
go.
horrible. That's it.
There we go. So 3.73.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that West. I'm not sure about that West Coast IPA bit on the commercial description.
DDH West Coast IPA.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
On the pump clip it says DDH IPA.
Yeah, but not West Coast. No, I wouldn't say it's
Look
West.
at that fella there.
God.
At South
really
Sea
good.
Brewing Company.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's if you see it, it's worth picking up for sure.
Almost killed the cat there.
Yeah.
I think what else I've had recently that was.
What would you say your beer of the month was if you had to choose one then, Craig? Out of your little lot there.
I need to find out. Hang on.
Are you going purely stats based here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Stat base. See, mine's more of a
Anecdotal.
anecdotal. It's a feeling within me, and so I'll pull that on.
No, I haven't had loads of good. I mean, I've had lots of good, nice beers, kind of thing. But
yeah.
Well, for me, I'm gonna go. I'm popping on the. I'm all over the Untapped right now. I didn't want to put the pressure on Craig to do it all. Was Tasty Like Nelson. I think both the Tasty and Taste beers that Cloudwater did for Michaela Beer Celebration and released in cans have been fantastic. So this, I'd say if I had to go for one, I don't remember the Citra one. I was a little bit ill and really tired, or maybe I was just really tired, and as a result, I felt slightly ill but really wanted a beer. I'd say the Citra tastes like Citra. Then last Saturday, and I forgot it. So maybe it was better. I don't know if it was, but the one that stuck with me was the Tasty Like Nelson. Actually, you can see what I thought of the Citra one because I've got it recorded as a review, so you can see that. But I posted the Nelson one this week, and I thought this was probably my beer of the month. The talk about it on the label about kind of referencing the kind of V series, and everybody all kind of jizzes the pants over the V series and sees the kind of V series through very kind of rose tinted glasses. But it did spark certain memories for me. Did this. One of the better beers that Cloudwater I've done in quite a while. And one thing I love about it is the fact that it wasn't a Ponzi collab with some American brewery. We don't need to rely on that to make great beer and sell great beer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's agency on Untapped. 4.2, really fucking good rating.
Yeah.
Over 1,200 check-ins, and I mean everybody's loving it. There you go. 4.75 for Your Wrong Flow. Where's this one? Where's Flow at? Purchased somewhere. SE? Where's SE?
Sweden?
Is that Sweden?
Sweden? I don't know.
The Fiore della Pure.
It's getting around.
Getting around. Fucking hell. For, come on, you Italians are too sniffy.
Powerfully explosive.
Too right. Boom. Beer fly. All these places are going to hop water cellar. Everybody's like 4+, aren't they? And I think, yeah, you can't deny that stuff. There you go. Flor de
Something about floor of hops or something.
I presume it's an Italian thing. But yeah, tastes like Nelson. Everybody's going Centrail. That's in the. So there's a really bad bottle shop in Newcastle train station. Yeah, so people are loving it. People are loving it. It's a fantastic beer. It's got that kind of like big kind of chewiness. It's got the there we go. But just bags of hop flavour. Once again, it's a bit like the beer what I just finished.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that, but a bit more. And great.
Well, my beer of the month, it was a bit of a shock because it's a saison, and I'm not much of a saison fan. But it was one from Solvay Society I had the other day at the tasting that I talked about earlier. But it was their mutual attraction, which is like they do their sort of standard saison, which is called Coulomb or something like that. And so they brew that, and then they put it into different barrels. Like one was just like a virgin oak barrel, one was like a I think they said, I can't remember what whiskey barrel they said now, but they did specify. Are you laughing because I said virgin?
Virgin oak barrels are going to be all sorts in the head.
I saw the smirk go across your face then. And then they make this beer called Mutual Attraction, which they put all the different bits from all the different barrels and do like new releases of it as the beers get older and that sort of thing. But I mean that was absolutely, and so it's barrel aged, and they sort of chuck a load of Brett in as well. So it was really good. I can't remember the ABV now, but it wasn't crazy. It was like 6% or something like that. But just so like drinkable, but so interesting as well. It was just like dry, and you really want to keep going back for more. And it's one of those ones you could either hammer it down, or you could just pick it apart and go for all the poncy sort of beer descriptors you could hammer out really. But and it was also because say about like experience, it was like the brewer describing it to you, and the sort of how that beer actually came to be in that bottle sort of thing. Sort of really sold it for you. And then when you tasted it, it was because we had just that standard IPA first, and then followed it up with Mutual Attraction, and it was just incredible. It sort of made me rethink saison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Rethink saison. I don't mind a saison.
No, I don't mind. It's just not my. It might be one of those things where everybody sort of like chucks one out. Every brewery sort of chucks one out, and they're not always as good.
I think that was always it. Therein lies that kind of situation. When bad versions of something make you rethink if you actually like that thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, well,
you get your fingers burnt too many times. That was
shit. So I don't like that anymore. It's like when you get people going into bars going, "Oh, I don't like dark beer."
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my last Thursday was my brother-in-law's birthday, and he and then Esther's my sister-in-law, she was trying to get recommendations off me. And she says, "I don't like anything too hoppy." I'm thinking, what do you mean by that? I didn't ask her because I didn't want to get into that conversation, but I did think, do you mean bitter, or do you mean the flavour of hops? Because I think they're two. I think people mean bitter because most fucking hoppy beers these days are certainly not bitter.
No, yeah, hoppy
it's like
so many things, can't it? It's It's sort of like
Asking-
if you're doing a review and you say it's hoppy, it's sort of I always think it's geared towards that beer at that time. It can mean so much, can't it?
asking
yeah.
asking Mr. HopZine, I don't want nothing hoppy.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. But even in that shop, I mean, where Gav's got quite a range, especially kind of like big dark beers, something kind of like mellow, but not
Yeah.
too hoppy.
Yeah,
You
just
end up with a
mellow.
Golden Ale from Cigar City, but I mean, there weren't much choice, to be honest. You think not hoppy?
Well,
I mean, I think hoppy means bitter for me.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
the layman in that sense.
that's the thing, isn't it? These days, yeah, just have a pint of bitter or something. I don't know, or a pale ale, or an IPL.
Yeah.
I don't know. That'd be my thing.
I was going to say, do we want to get into the pellicle thing now, or shall we hold on to it for the after party if we go live?
I say we get into the pellicle thing now. We don't have to go too long into it.
The 10
But
years.
I'll just read out these. We've got a few comments.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
I'll read this out. So Stephen Wells says, "Cheers, folk," and then he follows that up with "Hi guys." I should have said. Don't know why you can say what we want, Stephen. You could. And then PA Bruno says, "Cheers, brothers."
Hey,
cheers, mate. Thanks everybody for watching.
Sorry you couldn't get up to
the Wylam piss up. Yeah, I think those fuckers should be watching us now. Make up for all the amount of time I've watched of those like just standing in a room.
Well, that's what we did though when we was.
No, they were just standing. We did a lot more. We decided to cut ours off after 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I
think I decided that.
they done more eating than anything else. It's like,
really?
Oh well, men after my own heart.
I did seeing Nick and Greg in the car.
We would have been wrecked.
So far.
Would have been wrecked. Mind you, it was someone's home, so yeah, I do. It's going to be slightly different.
But yes, so go on. There's a bunch of Canadians. Posting a load of stuff. Go and check it out. It's very entertaining. So yes, so Pellicle, which is a new online magazine, shall we say?
Mm-hmm. A website. Is it an online magazine? A website?
I don't know. Whatever you want it to be. So it's 10 years. It's a really good article called 10 Years of Fuss, 21 beers that defined the last decade of British brewing. But you know what? It's really good. I've just gone through the list. I've not kind of read intently about them. I will do at some point. So I think there are a few that I have read. I thought, yeah, there's some really good anecdotes in there. You've got some brewers in there. You've got some prominent writers and stuff like that. They're picking their favourite. But I mean, it's a really good list. And it really takes me back to 10 years. So that was 2009. I think I started HopZine in 2008. So essentially, I've got a year on these fuckers. So I think it's a great list. And I mean, the first one to kick off with, I think, which is a great talking point in anybody's discussion, is Thornbridge Jaipur and Brewdog Punk IPA.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're sort of interwoven in their story, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. I think another one is Colonel Table Beer, because I think they were probably one of the first UK breweries to grab hold of that idea and really put it out.
It's on the list.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh, there you go.
Well, if Craig hasn't seen it, you've not seen the article, have you, Craig?
All right.
No.
See how many you could get on
there. Good timing, Rory.
Hey.
How you doing, Rory?
Oh, hello, Rory.
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
All good? Yeah. It's good. You're good.
We've just been joined by, I'm sure many people know Rory off of social media. So we're just going to go through the Pellicle kind of article about the 21 beers that kind of defined the last decade of British beer, which I think just a real kind of like effective kind of a map of where we've kind of like come from. So I mean, Punk and Jaipur, the Marble Pint, which Craig's. I think Craig's has a marble pint.
Gamma Ray's got to be on there, surely.
It is, yeah. So marble pint, fine Jarl, more so hop.
All right.
Colonel Table beer.
Oh.
Summer wine copycat, which I kind of don't get. I mean, I had that beer back in the day,
that one's very specific to the individual who put it in there. If you know what I mean, I wouldn't say it was a defining.
Yeah. I was mates with those guys back in the day, but whatever. Gamma Ray, as you should expect.
Cannonball in there? Cannonball?
It isn't, no. Brody's London Sour, which I think is a really interesting one.
Unhuman Cannonballs in there, Craig.
Is it? All right.
Unhuman's in there.
Wow.
Yeah, Brody's London Sour. I mean, because people forget that we wouldn't be drinking this beer if Brody's hadn't done London Sour, because they kind of popularised the kind of the kettle sour in the UK, and Brody's did the first sours with Brewdog, which then resulted in them doing Blitz and not even crediting them on the brew and stuff. Cheeky bastards. What else we got? So Lovey Bond's sour grapes. That's a niche one, but a very important one. Just like an accidental.
Is that a woman brewer? Lovey Bonds? No.
Well, at the time it wasn't. At the time it's an American guy. Oh, what's his fucking name? I can see him. Little fella, glasses. He looks a bit like you, actually. Thinking he's got party. He's got glasses. Oh, a little American guy. He was good. Yeah, they make Jeff. It's called Jeff. Jeff Rosenmeyer. How fucking American is that name?
Yeah.
Jeff Rosenmeyer. Yeah. Unhuman Cannibal. Wild Ninkasi.
Oh, I was thinking, is there any Cloudwater beers on there? Must be, surely.
Yes, there is actually.
Ninkasi's a funny one from. Well, I suppose it is one of their sort of bigger beers.
I think first ever I had from Wild was the kind of before they had much going. It were Indie Man. They had one keg of Modus.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Whoa!"
I mean like Millionaire would be their one, but
I think Cloudwater's with their V series. I mean, you could pick any number of one of those.
Which one? See, there is one on the list. Which one are you going to say it's going to be, Craig?
I think it'd be some of the early ones, maybe number 4.
Oh, it's.
What does every fucking idiot say it is? What number? Come on.
4?
3.
I don't know.
3,
the one that kicked it all off.
No, but I'm just trying to remember. I mean, I've got all the bottles on that shelf, so it's kind of like.
You do? Have you got 3 up there?
I think. Yeah, I've got 3. Yeah. There we are. That one.
What you were drinking tonight then?
Well, I've drunk. Actually, I've got a bit of Pam left. I've finished my rock paper scissors paper rock.
Nice.
I'm finishing off my kind of burden a gong bath with a priestess, the American brown ale.
Oh, nice.
It's nice.
What are you drinking, Rory?
I went to Day yesterday. I picked up a couple of cans of this.
Oh, well, yeah. I've heard great stuff about that thing.
It was nice, yeah. I had the last dregs of the cake at the tap room as well yesterday. I think I had one half and they took it off.
Cool.
It was I had a can with my dinner.
Yeah.
It's great beer. Really nice.
Did you ever, when you went to the tap room, did you have the black truffle crisps?
No.
Torres black truffle crisps. Oh, you missed a trick there.
I didn't see anything about black truffle crisp. We had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
We was getting too drunk to worry about food.
I would if I'd have seen those crisps, I would have been all over them.
Yeah. Oh no, that wouldn't have slipped past us. Oh yes, I think we did have some.
Oh, we're just too smashed.
Did Simon buy a load of crisps?
I can't remember.
No. Simon and Vicky who do beers we had from T&Cs. They bought a load of them. Yes, I definitely had some. Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I was expecting some kind of handmade day of Christmas, something like that. Hey, what am I missing out here?
I was drinking stouts. That was my food.
Liquid bread.
Oh, we had a pre-packed sandwich on the walk down
Yeah, I had like a shitty donut.
from
I heard the
the
story of that, though.
from the little Tesco's Express station.
Yeah, by the bridge. Yeah.
I heard
It
the
was
story of
wonderful.
Simon falling asleep on the train with a
With
sandwich.
sandwich on him. He was battered.
Yeah. If I'd done that, I don't think I'd tell anyone.
No.
Well, it is what it
is. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the fun. It was a magical day.
Yeah,
it was fun times.
I don't know what time it was. I think it's 4:45. He goes, "Oh, can you walk me to the station?" I said, "Like, I've got 2 drinks here." I said, "No." He's like, "No." I said, "No."
Harry
I'm not
took
going
him.
to waste half an hour. Yeah, but
Exactly.
I'd literally just bought 2 beers, and I'm not wasting half an hour. If you'd have asked me like a few minutes before, I'd be like, I would have said maybe.
I said I'll walk as far as end of road and point in the right direction.
It's just, I've come along. I mean, you can get there in how long? 3/4 of an hour. I've come all the way from East Kent. I've never been that kind of thing. You know, it's like really.
No, the beer was incredible, wasn't it? I mean, it was one of my best kind of brew tap experiences.
Yeah, it was really good.
The beer
it's so well priced as well.
Yeah, it's definitely well priced. So I'll take it for granted because I'm like not both. I'm like 10 minutes on the train.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, good.
Rory was without kind of like good beer for quite a while, so it's about time.
Down in Devon, it was crap at the beginning, but then what was it? The one in Plymouth, that bottle shop that your friend
Vessel.
Oh yeah, Vessel, yeah.
Oh yeah, Vessel, yeah.
And another one as well where I lived. It was called the Tap Room. It was Tucker's Maltings. They did a really good range of beers now from all over the country.
Tucker's Maltings still open? I thought it closed.
Tucker's Malt it closed as a trading malt and stuff, but it's changed to a bottle shop now.
Right.
It's always good when you're in an area that doesn't got a lot, and then all of a sudden, slowly.
Yeah.
I was getting into it round about 2013. Yeah, probably a bit earlier, maybe 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing really like. I mean, you had the bottle shop in Canterbury, but actually, where I live, my town, there was nothing at all. And then down the road, the Ravensgate Arms popped up, and it was like, at last. Yeah. I was everything I was like getting was online or whatever. It's just so much easier to do it like that. And then a bar opened up down the road, and they were getting stuff in like, oh wow, it was just so good. Magic Rock on tap, like 10 minutes from my house. It's like in East Kent, that's pretty damn. You kind of start to take it for granted.
Definitely.
Then a bottle shop folded, but now we've got the Night Swift over in Margate, which is the bottle shop Margate venue, been taken over by 2 former employees, and that's been open for a couple of weeks now.
All right, cool.
Which is good. They get some really good stuff in.
Who do they buy their beer from?
I don't know. Well, one of the people who run it was the bottle shop stock controller. So,
okay,
they've got all the contacts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a good position to be in.
Yeah. So, and it's just up the road. So, that's good.
Yeah, I'm hopefully going to go to Yorkshire at some point. Go to Leeds.
Should do.
Yeah.
Fucking ace.
Leeds is pretty good.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Leeds is just like it's like walking to a city that's a permanent beer festival. That's what I've always called it.
Yeah.
You do a
Yeah,
few bars.
we are very lucky.
This is just like a beer festival on a normal day. It's just
Yeah, I mean,
nothing going on.
I've got a week. I've got like 3 nights away. We got in Chester next week. In Chester's not a bad place to be. It's not amazing though. And I thought, well, do I kind of like scour around Chester to find some beer, or do I just take some with me and just and just not kind of like put myself through the stress of it? It's like, just take some beer with me. takes the strain out of it because I'm such an advantageous situation regarding beer. I mean, I've got a shop up the road. We've got 2 really good ones on my lunch break, and then I've got places in Leeds. So it's like, shouldn't really struggle too much instead of like walking like miles out of my way to this shop. It's probably a bit mediocre.
Yeah.
It's a good place. It's good places to drink in Chester. Place called the Cellar. It's a good place. I think Beer Heroes have got a place which I've not been to. But besides that, my brother actually works at a place owned by a brewery. He's the head chef at the brewery tap for a brewery called Spitting Feathers. They were really mediocre. But what the hey?
No. Yeah, I was just in Newcastle last week, and I was there for work, so I didn't really get to see much beer stuff. But I did go to By the River Brewing, which was really good, and had a few By the River beers, and then had a really good beer from Track and Modern Times.
Oh right.
Bloody hell, I can't remember the name of it now. I don't know why I'm trying to look at Untapped because I didn't put it on there. But it was a porter. Milk stout, Imperial Milk Stout. That's what it was. It was damn good. Like my boss tried some. He's a big wine guy. He's a big he sort of obsesses about wine like we obsess about beer.
Cool.
And he drank it and he's like, I could see why you'd appreciate that. So it was so he was drinking wine the whole time. I was drinking beer. So it was like two worlds collide sort of thing.
It's a cracking spot, is that? I know. I mean, it's funny.
Lovely.
You go inside, it feels really high end.
Yeah.
Like a bit posh for me.
Yeah, and then a little bit sectioned off for like that restaurant bit, and
that restaurant looks amazing.
Yeah,
I could never afford it, but it looks amazing.
Yeah, that because I was there for a conference and they'd rented it out, and so like the bit that they had sectioned off for us was like that food court bit.
Oh right,
so, like,
I
got like a slice of pizza like the size of my head. That was pretty good.
Nice.
With all those bits, and it was like ridiculously good weather in Newcastle. Like we got this like. When we got there, this cabbie who like drove us from the train station to our hotel, he was like, "Make the most of it because it's going to be fucking pissing it down tomorrow." and then, but it was like glorious weather the whole time, and everyone we met from Newcastle was like, "It's never like this. Like we barely see the sun." But it was glorious. But like I could have stayed there the whole time, but sort of like it was hard to justify to my boss sort of thing.
Would you go back to Newcastle?
Yeah, I'd love to go back and do it properly. Just like it was an amazing city anyway. Just like walking around it, we went to a few bars, but like more just sort of not craft beer based necessarily.
Yeah.
More regular. Yeah.
Yeah, and like went to like a few restaurants and stuff like that. No, I'd definitely go back for like a proper piss up sort of thing. I know Rob's been.
Yeah, it's good.
Do Wylam own that By the River?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's a huge complex. It's just all made out of containers. Like.
Oh right, I didn't realise that they owned it. I didn't realise they owned it.
Yeah. It's literally on the banks of the Tyne.
Yeah. No, but I didn't realise Wylam were anything to do.
Yeah. For a long time, the beer that they were serving down there was Wylam beer. They were brewing beer specifically for the bar, but I think it's up and running now. It's really funny. I mean, it's like if you go to the toilets, so you go out of one container, which is the bar, which feels really high end. You then you go outside, the separated, into another container, but then you go into the toilets, and they don't feel like they're like some like scabby kind of toilets in this container. They're really well fitted out. It's not bouncy and really cheap. They've really thought about.
They've
how it
really
feels
done it
like
well.
food.
Yeah, there's a whole like experience sort of place, isn't it? It's they've really thought about how everything works and stuff. I mean, like it wasn't open, but Palm Star's got like a permanent spot there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got like their own container.
Nice.
But there's like a DJ in one of the containers, like sort of like the container was like cut open, and there's a DJ there. So it's a really cool, different place. And like I was talking to a few people from Newcastle, and they said that land before was just nothing. It was just like derelict land. So and it's such like a cost-effective way to build all that stuff. It's just put containers there. It is really good for that little bit of Newcastle craft beer scene that I got to see. It was worth it.
No, so you got to go to the mothership, aren't you? Really, you've got to go to Wylam, up to the Palace of Arts. So you've got to go.
Yeah, big sort of like columns, hasn't it?
It's great. It's great. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Yeah. Newcastle, it's a fun city as well. Loads of lot of little macro bars and stuff like that. Yeah, no, it's good times in Newcastle.
Sounds nice. Sounds good. We've got loads of micro pubs around here. Stuff. There's I think there's about 15, 16 in like a 10-mile radius.
Well.
So if you like that sort of thing, like decent cask beer, there's plenty of places around here. It's really good. It's got a nice mix of craft and cask venues.
Do you think that's a reaction to the amount of probably Tide places that were in Kent? So it's all kind of like tiny little places popping up.
Yeah, well, the first one was in Herne Bay, wasn't it? So in the UK, and then it's just sprung up from there.
Which one? Sorry, which one was that?
I'm just trying to think of the name of it.
Right.
It was the idea was conceived from this guy in Herne Bay of a micro pub. No telly, that's just beer and chat. Going back.
But tiny little place. You mean like little? Like
Yeah,
usually kind of like little retail units, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could Google it, but I'm not going to.
Don't have to. It's all right.
Crash computer, I guess.
But yeah, no, I'll do it on my phone. I'll do it on time. But yeah, it's all quite, and there's been quite a few here locally. Getting on for 10 years. They've been around now. I think probably a bit longer. I think 2004 was the first micro pub in the UK.
Oh right.
I think it was in Herne Bay.
Right.
Top of my head.
Oh, that's the sort of high caliber fact we need. We need on this show. That's great.
I've just opened this and it's absolutely fucking stonking. Cloudwater's existential thanks. It says bold and juicy. It is. It's absolutely stunning. I bought it today. It's a Simcoe single hop. You'd have never known. And yeah, it was like the last one I picked up today. I thought, yeah, I'll get that. It's not a bad price. I'll get that. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible.
I saw the writing on the back of the can. They showed it on Twitter. Said that they said about Simcoe. It's not what you would expect from Simcoe or something.
Oh right, okay. I'll read it eventually. No, it's really not what you expect from Simcoe. It's just really bright orange.
Yeah,
wonderful.
I want to get that. They've just released that one with the noodles, isn't it? Because the guy from South Korea is going back. I want to try that as well.
They had that, but it was maybe 7-8 quid. It was a pricey one. It's a big beer. I'm thinking.
They are putting that price up a bit, aren't they?
Oh yeah, it's getting good ratings.
Yeah, but I mean, like their prices of their beers, they're putting them. They're starting to heft them up a bit, aren't they?
I think they came down. I think for a lot of them, but I mean, it's a triple IPA. It's like a 10% IPA in it. So I guess fair enough. It's gonna be expensive, but still, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think Cloudwater do is some of the better ones. Maybe it's that we just get them while they're nice and fresh. I'm still on the fence about triple IPA. I don't think it's necessary. How strong is this? That's 6. Don't need any more than that.
No.
Why do I need 11 if I can have 6? That is absolutely bags of flavour. I'm really disappointed that I only bought one now. It's ruined it for me. How good it is has ruined it for me.
What any festivals coming up? You guys have in the quite close coming up.
Well, there's like local ones that I go to quite a lot, but I think the next big one I'm going to is probably London Craft Beer Festival.
Oh, right.
In is that August? When is it, Craig? We're
August.
going to the same session, are we? I can't remember.
Yeah. I'm going to Cave Direct's 40th birthday thing at the Beer Merchants Tap. Is it the 14th of June? I'm going.
That's what it was. Did you have to buy tickets for that, or is it like a turn up?
Yeah, no, you have to buy tickets.
Buy tickets.
Yeah, it was like 16 quid.
That's not bad for London.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. They've been releasing what beers are going to be there, certain breweries and stuff. So it's going to be really cool.
And they started releasing stuff yet? I mean, they released what brewery names, haven't they? But started releasing the beer list yet?
It's slowly, but it's very kind of like. Let me find them here.
It's not bad going. I mean, 2 weeks out. Well, 3 weeks out, and because most breweries, most festivals, like 2 days before, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been releasing for a week or so.
Oh, right, cool.
On Instagram,
Especially some of the imported stuff, a lot of the European stuff, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Bit of Marsbrow. Everybody loves a bit of Marsbrow. Can't have Marsbrow. All the trendy, well-informed people drinking lager.
Yeah,
we talked about
drinking that lager.
Drinking that lager. It's actually really good.
You can appreciate it more.
I had a Beaver last year. That was damn good.
Yeah, they were at Beaver when the year I went to it as well. It's funny, really.
So you got Lerveg, Omipolo, Cantillon, Garage, Westmail. There's a lot of kind of Belgian kind of type beers going to be there.
You might get something pretty fucking special. You might get a bit of Westmail extra.
Yeah. Delirium are going to be there. It's going to be cool. Collective Arts, Paulina.
Nice.
Yonder. Wild Beer Co. I'm just going through quickly.
Delirium actually did a tasting in Ipswich last night.
Oh, right.
Because they have got like close ties to a pub in Ipswich, and they brew like their lager. I think like Hoig brew a lager, and then you can license it for your own establishment.
M&S sell that for a while.
Yeah. So Ipswich has like this keg of this 25-year anniversary beer, and I think it's the only one in the UK. It's like so might try nip into town tomorrow and just try it. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Argentum or something like that.
So it's a Delirium beer.
It's a Delirium beer, yeah.
But they're also
idea what it's going to taste like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Sweet.
But just because it's a sort of a thing you would expect for a pub in Ipswich. I saw a couple of guys I know went to the tasting yesterday, and they got a nice pink elephant hat. Everyone got a nice. I was like, I would have gone just for that.
Awesome.
Elephant in the room. Yeah, it's going to be. There's also going to be rare bottles to be able to buy as well, apparently. So that's going to be interesting to see what's.
Yeah,
what sort of stuff
save it up if you want to buy out in that shop.
Oh, I have been saving up.
Well, you better do for that one. Fucking hell, that's expensive in there. There's fridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been saving up for quite a while. So.
I'll be going down probably August. I'm after Rory's here. After a wrestling thing in.
All right.
Well, I've seen New Japan show in the last day of August on Saturday.
Where's it?
Which is down. This is down that kind of way. Tobacco. Not tobacco. That's my fingers on. It's down kind of like towards the Millennium Stadium and stuff.
Oh no!
All right.
Yeah. So there's me, Ross, who does Beer Namicom, and another lad called Dave, who does Yes Ale. I think Dave's blog is. So going down that, we're going to try and get down as early as possible. There are a lot of beer places. I think the event kicks off at like 6 or something. So do like Verdant Experiment and Pembury Tavern. Do all those kind of places over that end of town, and then
Nice.
for a moment to watch some Japanese wrestling at in the evening. Half pissed and a bit leery. Load of Northern lads. Hey!
It seems a lot more physical, the Japanese wrestling. From what I've seen of it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's good. You should watch it. Thanks.
yeah.
But so that's my next trip to London. And I always try to squeeze a trip to Bricken, but so we've got the following day, and I don't know where we're staying as it happens. Is literally the next. It's joined onto Craft Beer Co. Covent Garden. It is literally joined onto it.
Right.
From the door of our kind of like hotel, but it's not an hotel. I think it's student accommodation for some college around that way. It's cheap as chips and it looks all right, but it's joined onto Covent Garden Craft Beer Co. So I think it registered the time of travel on Google Maps as like 12 seconds. It's like,
really?
Yeah,
12 seconds.
It's mega close, so that'd be handy.
Yeah.
I'll try and get down there that sort of period of time then on the Friday or something. If you're around,
should do. Yeah.
Well, I'm at Warren Street. It's just down the road.
Oh well, there you go. Cool. Well, we'll be there on Saturday, and then Sunday I think the plan is to have a bit of a day around wherever on Sunday. I'd love to get down a Brick again. It felt like we kind of skimmed it a little. We were there a bit. Didn't time it great.
No.
For both the beers and for
Yeah.
They didn't have enough sours on and stuff, and I think that's what those guys absolutely nail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've done really well with the sours generally. I'll be interested to see what they bring next Friday.
Oh yeah, you were saying
So I'll be looking forward to that.
Have they advertised any kind of beer list or anything for that?
They haven't advertised it, but I've got it already.
Yeah, advertised, but I've got it.
Yeah.
I've got
Inside
it.
scoop.
Maybe. So they got. They'll have a melon and rose sour.
Ooh, that's a new one.
Stone fruit and Amarillo sour.
Had that one today. It's absolutely lovely.
And then they've got a heritage launch. It's I can't even pronounce that flower. Something to nettle sour wheat.
Okay.
I don't know. And then
Daffodil, is that the word you're looking for?
No. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. No. And then a bit of their core range, but they're going to be bringing some cans and stuff as well. So that'd be
cool.
interesting.
His name slips my mind at the moment. Is it your main guy going there? What's it called? Disgraceful. I brought it up and I can't remember his name. It's from up York.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going to the Little Summer Beer Bash in Day are going to be hosting it. It's,
yeah,
that seems it's going to be pretty good.
That looks pretty fucking good.
I think Harry's going to that. I'm pretty sure Harry's going to that.
All right.
I think so. I'm pretty sure he got tickets. But...
Yeah, he's still in that part of the world.
Yeah,
just do. Yeah. You can drink some beer with Danny Kane.
Oh my god!
Quaff some ales.
Just craziness.
Some of those fine craft ales.
That all came out of walking around Sutton the day after the meetup, and it's just walking past past some pub and it just like shit pubs say like the finest cask ales. And,
Yeah.
and I just kind of quipped on it. I will only drink the finest craft ales, only finest cask ales that you have. Nothing else will do. So it's like
That's the name of the.
fine
That's the
cask
name. That's the name of that sour on the side chat.
Oh, gauze.
Is it
Gauze.
Gauze?
Gauze,
Yeah.
wow.
Imparts a coconutty flavour, if I'm not mistaken.
Americans would pronounce that goose.
Yes.
As they have the tendency to do, even if it doesn't even sound like or spell like goose. There's no Z to it. Actually, there's loads of Z in it.
I just say goose. I say goozoo.
Yeah.
I went to Cantillon and I heard from staff 3 different pronunciations.
Right.
So I am still none the wiser.
I just say jizz. A jizz.
Fair enough.
Right. How long have we been going? I feel like we've been going quite a while now.
It's been going quite a while, yeah, for sure. 2 hours nearly.
So
Well,
Really? Okay.
hour and 3/4, yeah.
Oh wow, time flies. Time flies.
It's probably our longest show ever.
Yeah. So let's wrap up here. We'll probably be popping back live somewhere else at some point. But thanks to Honest Brew for providing the beers for this show. They've been absolute crackers.
Yeah.
They've been great. And if you'd like to purchase some beers for yourself, we have our code. It's GBL10. You spend £29 and you get £10 off. So go right up to that £29 limit of the sort of like £29 and 1p, and then £10 comes straight off. There you go. That's GBL10. So big thanks to Honest Brew there. Big thanks to Craig, Rob, and Rory, who joined us a bit later on. And thanks to everyone who watched this one. So watch out for the next coming shows. We've got 2 more shows where we know the beers. So yeah, so from now on we're doing two beers a show. Like we said at the start, we're sort of changing up the format a little bit. Oh look, Craig's got them there. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, but we'll go into that. You'll find out.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be sort of trying to do a few new things and just shooting the shit as always.
Yeah.
Quite literally. But yeah, thanks everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.